evil is currently conditioning us to accept the mark of the beast that God warned us not to accept. For the past decade, they have been advertising the numbers of the beast, which is 666, through things that we buy. Need cold medicine, and this is the cheapest. The healthcare industry, there's a variety of different ways that they can get people to accept the mark of the beast. When it comes to health, that's our biggest fear, and we'll do anything to keep our bodies in good health and in good standing.
Now to a new and promising new procedure that could one day be used to fight Alzheimer's, a pacemaker for the brain. Here's ABC's John Schriffen.
A cure for Alzheimer's disease, with its heartbreaking mental decline and memory loss, has long eluded doctors. But now, a new surgical approach involving a pacemaker used to stimulate the brain is offering great hope. Two of the first such surgeries in the U.S. were performed at Johns Hopkins by Dr. William Anderson.
We're extremely excited about the surgery. What we hope is that we can improve the patient's function for an extended period of time, much longer than otherwise they would have.
Experimental medications have so far failed to significantly slow the debilitating disease, which already affects 5.4 million Americans and is expected to jump to 16 million by 2050. But Dr. Anderson says the surgery has been extremely effective in Canada, where it has already been performed 6 times on patients such as Robert Linton with early Alzheimer's.
If I can't remember something, if I just pause for 1, 2, or 3 seconds, it pops in.
Here's how it works. The pacemaker is surgically implanted in the chest. Wires are run under the skin to the skull, then deep into the brain to deliver an electrical stimulation at a rate of 100 electrical impulses a second.
What's exciting is our understanding of how memory works fits well with how this surgery might work.
The same device is commonly used to fight Parkinson's disease. For Linton, his doctor demonstrates the difference in his brain scans.
Although the lights are out here, there is someone home and we're able to turn the brain back on.
And while the surgery to battle Alzheimer's is still experimental, after 4 years, Linton is still driving his car, going to the gym, living a normal life.
With the diagnosis of Alzheimer's, you don't know what the future is going to be. And now I think, well, maybe we have more of a future.
It's important to note this surgery is not yet approved by the FDA for the treatment of Alzheimer's disease, but shows such promise that 40 new patients are expected to receive the implant, David, over the next year. Great news. Great to see Robert still driving and working out. We've been following him.
But, you know, through our fear, they're able to incorporate what God foresaw and told us not to take. There's some gadgets that came out this year, 2012, that enable paralyzed people to move computerized body parts with their minds. And of course, there's a chip that have to be put inside of that person's brain in order to operate this machinery. Not only that, you know, with the video games, the video games, they're actually working on a way, which I believe it's already developed, to control a video game with just your mind, you know. And, you know, these are things that keep us entertained. As far as video games, you know, people spend a large amount of time playing video games. And as far as healthcare, you know, you have people who are paralyzed. You have these loved ones who suffer with it and just dream of, what if this person was able to move this body part? Or what if I wasn't in the situation that I'm in now? What if things could be changed? And the whole thing with that is that will lead to our destruction as the human race. There are other ways also that they advertise, like TV shows, the 666 Park Avenue. I'm pretty sure everybody's aware of that by now. They even have the Illuminati Network, which is, you can get that on cable. It just seems as if evil is coercing us to be evil subconsciously and accept evil subconsciously. If you pay attention to what happens on the news, they're always talking about fraud and somebody being defrauded by somebody else, and it's all going to structure the financial system being incorporated into the mark of the beast. If you had a chip in your arm, then you wouldn't have to worry about anybody going to an ATM withdrawing your money, because your chip is in your arm. Nobody could do that but you, unless they cut your arm off or something, Lord forbid. But Lord forbid you take the chip. Conditioning us mentally to accept the mark of the beast. We take medication. If you look at medication, you don't know what the codes mean on there or anything. You just want to take the medication for your health. You don't care if it says 666 on the label. And the thing about that is, the devil's main purpose is to trick us Christians, us people who believe in the Word of God, and we live by the Lord's warnings. So the thing is, as far as us Christians, we should know that there was not a microchip when Jesus walked the earth, and there was not any medications. He healed people with his hands and with word of mouth.
Teacher, whose sin caused him to be born blind? Was it his own or his parents' sin? His blindness has nothing to do with his sins or his parents' sins. He is blind so that God's power might be seen at work in him. As long as it is they, he must keep on doing the work of who sent me. Night is coming, when no one can work. While I am in the world, I am the light for the world.
After he said this, Jesus spat on the ground and made some mud with the spittle. He rubbed the mud on the man's eyes.
Go and wash your face in the pool of Siloam.
This name means sent. So the man went, washed his face, and came back, seeing.
I'll forget about the things that I have done. I'll forget about the years that on the run, and dream of every woman I've ever loved. 'Cause I know I was not the only guilty man, just the one with the blood on his hands. Tonight I'm gonna find me a second chance. I wanna live like a kid with holes in his boots. I wanna climb like a child in a tree. I wanna love like a man with nothing to lose, and die with my heart on my sleeve. Now the moon's risen straight across the sky. I better move along, 'cause they ain't far behind. And come morning I'll be crossing the next state line, and I will walk upon the land that I will own, and I will build a place that I can call my home. And I'll still be singing when I get old. I wanna live like a kid.
Our constitutional journey did not stop then, and it must not stop now, Judge. And we'll be faced with equally consequential decisions in the 21st century. Can a microscopic tag be implanted in a person's body to track his every movement? There's actual discussion about that. You will rule on that, mark my words, before your tenure is over. Can brain scans be used to determine whether a person is inclined toward criminality or violent behavior? You will rule on that. And Judge, I need to know whether you will be a justice who believes that the constitutional journey must continue to speak to the
with my heart on